Alright, hello everyone! Welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to be talking about VSC because again, she's not here yet. But today is going to be a video for newer players, or to be exact, even those who are considering to play NIKKE. I think this has been a topic on my mind and in the video I want to make for a long time now. I've made guides, in case you guys don't know, for newer players. I'll just make a playlist in the description or in the comment section in case you guys want to know my beginner's guide. Now, what I want to be talking today is that if NIKKE is truly a free-to-play game or free-to-play friendly or not, right? One thing first, I'm gonna tell you this. PvP does exist in the game. Even if that's what you're wondering, yes, PvP does exist in the game. A leaderboard does exist in the game, but that's for endgame modes. And yes, because you know PvP exists and you know the leaderboard exists, that means yes, there is a pay-to-win aspect of the game. But that is only and only if you try to aim for the top of the leaderboard. Now, what is the... I'm gonna go with the pay-to-win aspect first because I think that's much more important to be addressed first before we go to the casual for one, right? So, the pay-to-win aspect, in my opinion, is first, number one is PvP, or we call it as arena. Now, but what do you get for achieving the top in NIKKE? Let's see. So in NIKKE, there's a rookie arena, which is the one that most likely newer players gonna be in, right? The rewards most likely is gonna be gems, like around, depending on your position, but again, because I cannot see it right now, but just know that that's where you're gonna be in, a rookie arena, right? Next one, we have a special arena, SP arena. Now what is this? This is basically the same as rookie arena, but instead we have three teams, and it's gonna be conducting basically like three teams like this, right? We have first battle, second battle, and third battle with 3 rounds, and if you win 2 out of 1, then you win. If you lose 2, then you lose. You know, the usual 3 rounds, right? Either you win or you lose. There's no draws, right? So, but what are the perks of really having a good leaderboard? So what is the perks of actually reaching the first or like the top 3 or something like that? The only perk that you have basically is first, more gems, 1000%. You will get more gems, as you can see here in the reward info here. It's an end rewards in which you're gonna get gems, right? Now, for me, because right now I'm ranked on around 60-ish, usually like 50 to 60-ish, I will get around 1,200. 1,200 is usually what I get, right? But what if you don't? Let's say you're 121 and below. You only get 300, which is only 1 pull. So the difference is between me and you right now, as an endgame player, is you only get 1 pull. I get 4 pulls. That's a 3 pull difference. Again, in my opinion, it doesn't really come as a big of a deal, right? Arena doesn't come as a big of a deal. Champion arena, however, is a different one. This is where everyone competes for, well, to see whoever is the actual best. Because as you can see, all you get here is frames. Yes, frames to flex that you are the best in NIKKE. And to be honest, other than that, it's just more arena exchange vouchers that you can basically get even without playing the game competitively, right? The one that I cannot show is called solo raid. Now this is the museum. This is the past solo raid. It's not the current solo raid. Just to give you an example of how solo raid will look like. Right now there's no ongoing events on solo raid, but this is one of the end game modes here, in which everyone will compete to deal the most damage to a single boss using 5 teams, right? Let's say I want to challenge this boss right here. Boom, I have 5 teams that I have to use, and remember, each team member can only be used once, so I have to have 5 completely different teams to deal damage to the boss. And the more damage I deal, as you can see here at the leaderboard, the bigger your score is, and this is most likely where people are going to compete for, which is Solo Raid. Solo Raid is a PvE, it's not PvP, but it's leaderboard, and the gems that you gain is quite big. Because if I remember correctly, you should be able to get around like 6,000 gems or like 5,000 gems, maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, at top 3, rather than the one in like top 3%, which only gets around like 1,500 maybe to 2,000. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember, which is pretty huge, right? That's top 3%. Not to mention, if you're a new player, most likely you're gonna be below 50%, maybe, I don't know. Depends on your account. So those are the two pay to win, at least in my opinion, of the game. But again, Solo Raid, I don't think it's really that pay to win because there's some mechanics involved. You need some skill as well. You cannot just brute force. Why? Now let's just go to the casual one, or basically the game, the PvE content. Most of like the 90% content in NIKKE is basically casual. It's not competitive, so you don't even have to spend a single money just to literally catch up to the meta and just, you know, upload the content, everything. NIKKE, pulling for dupes doesn't really mean anything. Okay, I'm just gonna say this straight. For example, the only thing that dupes gonna do is just to enhance your core. What this core does is only to increase your stats by just a bit more, hence increasing your combat power by a little bit more. But other than that, it doesn't unlock any special skills, any, I don't know, any major damage increase, no. So just by unlocking one dupe of a very powerful NIKKE, for example like Red Hood, it's not gonna make her immediately become a godlike character. Doesn't work like that. In NIKKE, one copy is enough. You don't need multiple copies unless it's a standard character and you're trying to do a wall break on 160 wall, but that's another topic. Okay, we're only talking about the pay to win aspects and whether or not this game is free to play, and yes, it's a yes. As you can see, you can tackle pretty much 90% of the content in NIKKE without spending a dime. This account that I'm using right now is F2P other than me paying for Crown's gacha skin, yeah, a gacha skin, and that's basically all I spend. I never spent a dime other than that. If you want to take a look at Cash App, I didn't even spend anything here. I have not even paid anything on the gems here. I haven't paid anything on the campaign package as well, which is one of the most worth it. And yes, I hope this answers your question. If you still have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. That's totally fine. But yes, you're able to clear pretty much the game without spending any money. And that will be it. I hope this answers your question, whether or not NIKKE is an F2P friendly game or is it a pay to win game. If you want to give it a shot, I highly recommend to give it a shot, not only because of the gyats and the booba, but it's also because the game story is so good that I'm going to be depressed anytime soon. And yeah, that's it. This is DY and I'm out. Have a good day everyone. Enjoy your day. Peace.